When I see water as cool and clear and crisp and clean as this, the first thing I do is rig up a fly rod. Which doesn't necessarily mean I'll catch anything. But I did get a nice picture of this butterfly looking for minerals. And the wildflowers around the creek were just beautiful. This meadow was full of buttercups and yarrow and three-flowered avens. A perfect home for a Columbia ground squirrel. In fact, it was so lovely I just kind of forgot about the fishing. Butterflies everywhere, and regular old flies too. Why? I don't know. It was really a lovely, warm summer day up in the mountains. It was a bit breezy, kind of bounced the flowers around, but it was pleasant. And the views of the mountains, a little bit hazy, but still nice. I tried to get down to this pond to photograph the dragonflies a little better, but I nearly sank in the mud. And I spooked all the trout trying to walk along this little stream, so I dropped the fly rod to take pictures of the flowers. That kind of feels like cheating at this time of year because there's so many, and in the dappled light of the forest they look just gorgeous. Like these little orchids, coral root, and grass, and arnica, and vetches bouncing in the breeze. But as I passed wild roses and grass blowing in the wind, I could see the creek sparkling down below, so I just had to try again. Down here in the shadow, it was less breezy and lots more bugs. And the water, gorgeous. But the fish just didn't want to play. So I just relaxed for a little bit in the shade, and then moved on. The water, I just couldn't get over how good it looked. The side streams were all sparkling. And the flowers, of course. Man, these blanket flowers were huge. They were the size of my palm. And wood lilies catching the last rays of light in late afternoon. And the evening light was bright out in this meadow where the two creeks, Jumping Pound and Sibbald Creek, meet. Larkspur and harebells bouncing in the wind. And little trout feeding in Sibbald Creek. I got out the fly rod and made a couple of casts and immediately hooked a willow on the far side of the creek and busted off the fly. So it was a day of fishing with no fish, but did that matter? Of course not.